Hi, you got me for a minute before I'm totally dark. While I say that, I'm about to throw the phone on the bed and just talk loud while I do my. Well, no, I can just bring it with me. Another dark night because I don't feel like turning on the overhead, but it's not as depressing as last time. Why am I still wearing my glasses? They're all you can see. They, um, tired early tonight. I don't even think it's 11:30. Um, then I got to wake up at 9 the other day, which isn't early for most normal people, but it was for me. And tomorrow I've got to make like a good 80-minute drive one way. Overall, I'll spend probably about 2.5 hours on the road tomorrow, just to spend 5 minutes letting a nice lady in Savannah take my fingerprints. So that's gonna be fun. Yeah, and I just didn't feel like turning the light on. It's been fairly dark in here for a while, and I want to sit here with this drink, and I need to take my meds and all that good stuff. Speaking of, I realized. So, um, can't really see it, but let's see if I can make it a little more visible without being blinding. This is the pill that my meds are in. The top is reversible for arthritis patients or whatever. Um, and so like you undo it with you undo like the child lock, and then there we go. You undo like the child cap thing. It's got that lock on it, and then it's got threads on the top. So like that's normal. Then you can just flip it over and stick it back in. And I do that, one, just for simplicity's sake, and two, because it acts like a cup, and I just take my medicines out of the cup part. But if you don't know that, it can sound like I'm just taking them straight from the bottle and hoping I only get one. Or at least that's how it kind of sounds to me. So I wanted to clarify that. Glad we spent a minute doing that. Today's been mostly chill. I dug out our fire pit. That was backbreaking a bit. Um, Played a lot more of the last story. I successfully got past where it kept locking last time, so that must have just been an issue of the build or something. I don't know. I'm past it. That's what matters. Um, However, it keeps freezing and crashing on me, and it's frustrating because it wasn't doing this yesterday, or like it did it like twice yesterday over the course of the entire day, and today it did it like twice an hour. I haven't changed any settings. That's what's frustrating. You know, the first literally 15 hours of the game were fine. I don't know if it's just where I am in the game. I don't know if something got changed without my knowledge. It's bizarre and annoying, but whatever. It leveled out enough for me to do a decent chunk this afternoon. I don't know if it's just something weird with my computer. There's so many things. There's so many stupid little things that it could be. Um, Yesterday pretty much the whole time it was I set it to high in the manager, and after I did that, it kind of behaved better. I don't know. It's annoying, but whatever. I'm enjoying it for the most part. Um, I mean, I'm overall absolutely enjoying it. I like the strategy bit to the combat. Um, the only real criticism I have is sometimes the story just kind of it feels like it can't figure out how it wants to tell us what's happening. So it'll like just really quickly resolve things, or um like early on, there's a thing where one of your party members discovers something about a family member, and at the end, they do that thing where, you can tell they've had, like, you can tell that a part of them has changed. Let's okay. So, specific. While I won't go into detail, I'll just say this one was specifically about this character's father. And, after we learn the truth about his father, instead of kind of just having a quiet moment with the character says out loud in a strangely stiff voice, "I finally learned the truth about my father," and then smiles. And I'm like, no. What? you you ruined it. Like, it just, it's like strangely set, like every now and then something's worded weird, or like someone's opinion changes really goddamn quickly. Um and then, like, specifically right before I went to bed, um like, I can't tell how much time was supposed to be passing in this game, really. Um but like, a pretty big thing happened, and it seemed like we were going to be dealing with that immediately. And then the narration that cuts up the game a bit was just like, and now it is a day, an important day. It's at some vague point in the future, and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. This event, we weren't even sure it was going to happen like 2 hours ago, game time. What? What? How are we? No? No. What? So, like, I get. I don't know if it was limitations of the hardware, but, like, it feels like pieces are missing, and I'd like to see this game get a bit of a remaster so that the original creator can kind of flesh out these pieces. Maybe go back up, like, it reeks of a good story being told in a hurry at points, I guess is the point I'm making. Um, whether for lack of time, or like, they say when you're writing and you're stuck on a beat on how to play out a scene, just skip ahead and then come back to fill it in later. It feels like sometimes they weren't filled in. Um, like some placeholder text was, like, some very bare bones placeholder text was placed to go, all right, I'll come back and flesh out this scene later, and that just never happened. Kind of like if an action movie stopped abruptly, the words they fight appeared really big on the screen for like 3 seconds, went away, and we were seeing the conclusion of said fight. But anyway, I am still enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. Um, I like the characters. They strike a good balance. I think I've talked about this before. There's like this weird line that Fire. I'm switching to Fire Emblem now. The first ones I played were Radiant Dawn, or Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, and so that was the game that I settled in with. That's where I, you know, kind of got the tone of Fire Emblem from. And then Awakening came out, and it was good, but like, a lot of the characters were just, this is a quirk with a face, have fun. And they were very, like, two-dimensional, in some cases one-dimensional in this way, and it didn't really feel like they grew any. Um, like, it felt like the only ones that grew were directly related to the story, and there was like only a handful of those. And like normally you're supposed to see growth in like support conversations, but a lot of them would have a little bit of growth only to fall back on like at the very end be like, "Oh, you're a quirk, but I like you." Like there was a joke with one character that he's in, like that nobody notices him. Ha ha ha. He's invisible. That never stopped. Like I think he got married to someone, and even then, like whoever, maybe I just paired him up with someone bad, but even they were like, I still can't see you sometimes. Just like, what? No. And unfortunately, Fates didn't do much to. There were more characters that had normal development, but a lot of the backgrounds were still just that. And thankfully, Three Houses, while not, I don't think it fully went back to. Um, no, it did. No, it went back to the nice balance of, yeah, some of these characters have a really stupid quirk. Like, there's a really good character in the Radiant games who's just always hungry. That is her thing. But it doesn't stop her from being an actual person in support conversations. Sure, the base level one is usually revolves around the kind of dumb quirk, but then you actually get to know the person. Like I won't spoil anything here, but there's a really good character in Three Houses that whose quirk can come across as really fucking annoying, really annoying, and then you get to know this person, and while it doesn't completely absolve them, uh, it there's at least, and when I say it doesn't completely absolve it, I think I say that because the growth being optional tends to hinder when these characters show up in the main storyline. So like you'll see it in these tangent conversations, and then it won't change how they act otherwise. So like I don't know. I don't know where this is going. Um I really don't. Except to say that like, there's some tropes in the cast of the last story, but they're not just tropes to be tropes like I feel like some characters in Awakening and Fates were, you know. Their entire personality wasn't haha, I'm quirky. They had one, and it came up in like banter and stuff, but um like that didn't stop them from being able to be serious and impactful when a situation called for it, instead of just being silent because we don't know how we should deal um, with this quirk right now. And I feel like, like that Awakening and Fates, just, we either have to. It's gone. I'm sorry. Thought is gone now. It's there. It's gone. Nope. I got distracted by something on screen, and the thought is gone. Oh well. It wasn't going anywhere. I'm gonna finish this Coke and lay down and go to sleep. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Good night.